Assalamu alaikum dear students, how are you? I hope you are fine. Today we are going to start our new session, and this session will be continued till the college opens. The topic of today's discussion is tenses. You all be familiar with this. It is important. Okay. What is a tense? A tense is a grammatical category of verbs used to express distinction of time. So tenses are in fact about verb. It is all about verbs, and it expresses differences of time. What is verb? Verb is a state of being or doing. It shows action or state. Verb is that, right? And verb is the basic unit of sentence structure, right? So tenses shows the distinction of time of verb, right? Look at this part. Many English learners worry too much about tense. If you stopped 100 native English speakers in the street and asked them about tense, one of them might give you an intelligent answer if you were lucky. The other 99 would know little about terms like past perfect, present continuous, past simple, the simple present, etc. and etc. And they would know nothing about aspect. Indefinite. What are aspects? Indefinite. Every tense has four aspects like indefinite, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. These are aspects. So they would not know nothing about aspects, voice or mood. Imperative mood, disjunctive, subjunctive, conjunctive, interrogative. But they can all speak fluent English and communicate effectively. Despite knowing not about those aspects, tenses, grammatical categories and grammatical terminologies. This is important that they can all speak fluent, right, English and communicate effectively. Of course, for ESL means English as second language, right? It helps to know about tenses, but don't become obsessed with them. It is important, dear students, it is important because you are ESLs. You are learn English as second language. So it is important to know, it is important for you to know about the tenses, but don't let them to be influence upon you. Do not let yourselves obsessed or influenced or controlled or taken by them. Be like those native speakers and speak naturally. If you want to be fluent in English, you should think in English, right? So do not bother about these terminologies, though they are important to know about, but you should not let yourselves taken by those, right? So take it easy. Tenses. Tenses, the word tense has been extracted or derived from a Latin word tempus. Tempus means time of verb. A tense tells you about the time of verb, when an action happens okay, etc. and etc. Okay, there are three types of tenses according to time. So we have 3 times based on time frame. Okay, and the time frame based tenses are the present, the past, the future. We have 3 tenses according to time. In each of the tenses, okay, has 4 aspect based types. Okay, each has 4 aspects like indefinite, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous, right? So in total we have 12 basic tenses, 3 main tenses and 4 sub are aspect based tenses. So 3 into 4 is equal to 12. So you have to know about those 12 basic tenses. Okay, what is important to look at while learning tenses is its structure and its use. Dear students, here I repeat again, sorry, you must know about the structure, how a tense, okay, is structured, and what are its uses. These are important. Okay, while learning about tenses, we will be looking at, or we will be learning about its structure and its uses. Okay, structure means how do we make the tense, or how a tense, okay, how is a tense structured, and uses means when and why do we use the tense. These are important, right? So look at these. The present tense, okay, these are aspects of present tense: present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and present perfect continuous tense. Like I do. Okay, here the do is, okay, as to put in a stress. I do. Okay, I do come. Okay, and I do. Subject plus verb, right? Present continuous, I'm doing. Present perfect continuous, I have done. Okay, we will be talking about each of the tenses in detail. Okay, I have been doing. Past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, past perfect continuous tense. Okay, if we change this example into past, so I did do, and I do will change into I did. Okay, here the verb form is getting changed. Okay, that makes the, okay, or that brings change in the tenses. Okay, how a tense gets changed? When the verb, okay, changes in the tense, ultimately the tense of the verb, okay, will change. I was doing. Okay, here am has been converted into was. Okay, this shows past. Doing, ing. Okay, this form shows progression, or okay, that is continuous. Past perfect tense, okay, have has been changed into had, right? Past perfect continuous tense, had been doing. Okay, have has been changed into had. And if we look at future tense, okay, the future tense has, okay, also the same aspects: future tense, future simple, future continuous, okay, future perfect tense, and future perfect continuous tense. Okay, what changes we have made so far? In future, we have just put will as auxiliary. I will do, I will be doing, I will have done, I will have been doing. Okay, these are some superficial, okay, introduction to tenses and their aspects. Okay, dear students, we have three main tenses: the present, the past, the future, and each has four aspects: present simple, like present continuous, present perfect tense, present perfect continuous tense, and okay, so on. Now look at simple present tense. We are going to start the first tense, simple present tense. Okay, how do we make the simple present tense? Look at this example: I sing. I sing. Okay, here I is the subject, sing is the verb. Okay, you can also go for okay, adjectivals and adverbials, but they are not the mandatory okay, components of sentence structure, right? They give you additional information about subject or the verb, so they are optional, right? The basic structure is subject and verb. Okay, subject plus main verb is ample, okay, to structure simple present tense, but sometimes you have to go for auxiliary verb. What are auxiliary? Auxiliary is a Greek word, auxiliary. Okay, auxiliary means so Latin word. Auxiliary means from auxilium, helpy verb. All the helpy verbs are called auxiliary. Okay, and there are many 3 or 4 types of auxiliary, like okay, dummy auxiliary, modal auxiliary, aspectual auxiliary, okay, and passive auxiliary, right? And we are not going to discuss them in detail because they are not the topics of your cadre, right? How do we make the simple present tense? Subject, auxiliary, and main verb. There are 3 important exceptions. For positive sentences, we do not normally use the auxiliary, right? So the structure will be subject plus main verb. Okay, for positive sentences. Okay, we need auxiliary verbs to make sentences negative and interrogative, right? For the third person singular, that is he, she, it, we add s to main verb or es to auxiliary, right? This is okay, an exception. Okay, es and s and es are called inflection. We have 8 inflections in English. How many inflections are there in English? 8 inflection: ing, er, ist, okay, es, es, ss, okay, for possession, etc., and etc. We have in total 8 inflection. So it is okay, an exception to go for s and es addition when you are to use he, she, or it. That is called third person singular. Okay, so the verbs to be inflected with s or es, right? To make you understood about this very rule, you will be okay looking at okay, some examples later. For the verb to be, do you know what are be form of verbs? Be form of verbs are okay, we categorize them into present, past, future, and progressive, not future, present, and past, right? Is, am, are, is, are, am, sorry, is, are, am, they are the present form of be verb, be form of verb. In the past to the be is was and were, and been, B-E-E-N, been is the third form of be form of verb, and being, B-E-I-N-G, is the progressive form of verb to be, right? So they are called, okay, the verb to be. We do not use an auxiliary even for questions and negatives. If you have, okay, to be form of verb, you do not use, okay, auxiliary, because they serve to be auxiliaries, like is, am, are, was, were, been, and being. Okay, look at these examples with the main verb like. Okay, as we have just learned about the structure, subject and main verb, they are ample, they are enough to make the simple present structure. But in the cases of negative and interrogative, like these sentences, okay, we need to go for auxiliary verbs. We need to put auxiliaries, right? Plus shows positive sentence. This symbol shows negative, these are negative, and this question mark shows interrogative. Okay, we have subjects like I, you, we, they. I like coffee, you like coffee, we like coffee, they like coffee. Okay, he, she, it, since they are, okay, third person singular. We'll just learn about this. Whenever you have to use third person singular in simple present tense, okay, you ought to go for S or ES inflection. Okay, S with main verb and ES with auxiliary. Okay, he likes coffee, she likes coffee, it likes coffee. You cannot, okay, go for like he like coffee. No, the verb should be inflected in case you have third persons singular. Okay, and they are he, she, it. Are you getting my points? Okay, look at this example now. Okay, I, you, we, they, the same subjects. Okay, you have to go, if you, okay, need to go for auxiliary verbs, what will be the auxiliaries in present simple tense? Do and does. You have two auxiliary verbs, do and does. Okay, third person, first person singular, and okay, plural subjects, like, okay, this is first person plural, you, okay, second person plural, and they third person plural, we go for do. Like I do not like coffee, you do not like coffee, we do not like coffee, they do not like coffee. He, she, it, okay, they are third person singular, so the verb, the auxiliary do, okay, is to be inflected with es, as we have earlier, okay, learn about that. Third person singulars, okay, es to be added to the auxiliary, so do will become does. He does not like coffee. Okay, when you use, okay, when the auxiliary inflects with es, then you shouldn't go for more inflection in the main verb, right? Okay, so he does not like coffee, right? This s compensate with es in with auxiliary verb, so you shouldn't go for inflection s with the main verb when there is the auxiliary inflected. Now look at the interrogative. Interrogative, okay, this is not that difficult. Okay, when you move the auxiliary with the movement of auxiliary, okay, if we shift the places of auxiliary, okay, before the subjects, a sentence will become negative, okay, interrogative, like, okay, if you bring this do, okay, before the subjects, so the sentence will be, do I like coffee, do you like coffee, do we like coffee, and do they like coffee. And likewise, does she, does he, does she, does it like coffee. Right, look at these examples with the main verbs be. Okay, notice that there is no auxiliary. Why? Because what the be form of verb, okay, itself serves as, okay, auxiliary plus main verb. So you shouldn't go for that. Okay, I am French. Be form of verbs are called linky verbs. Linky verbs because they link, okay, this adjective. Okay, adjectives are of two types, right? Predicative adjective, right, and qualitative adjective. This is predicative adjective. This serves to be as predicate. French. I am French. You are French. He is French. I am not old, and blah blah and blah. These are, okay, the be form of. So whenever you are to use be form of verb, you shouldn't go for, okay, auxiliaries, okay, because they themselves serve as auxiliary. Okay, it's enough, dear students. Okay, listen to the lecture and, okay, make examples of your own with different subjects and different verbs. Okay, and your sentences should be diverse, like, okay, your sentences should be positive, negative, and interrogative. Okay, 10 for this kind and 10 for 10 sentences with be form, right? Thank you.